Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope everyone's gearing up for a good end of the summer weekend. I'm gonna allow for a few more minutes for people to join, but we're happy you're here and we're pretty excited about this. Can you guys all find the chat and maybe just send a hello and where you're from? If you can hear me, that'll give me a good cue that you can hear and see me. Hey RJ, glad you could make it. Okay, we have a Maryland, Oklahoma, Georgia. This is great. We got another Oklahoma. Got people from all over. Vancouver, awesome. Okay, it sounds like everything's working. You guys can hear me. So we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna share my screen quick and let's get this started. Okay, so we are going to talk about DialHawk's dynamic number swapping feature, and we're always excited about this one. This one helps us with your website be able to determine how your calls are getting generated. Are people coming to your website from Facebook, or are they coming from a Google ad or Google organic search? This allows you to see how your phone calls are being generated through your website for you and your clients potentially to be able to determine, okay, which campaigns are working, which ones aren't, which ones should we invest more in, which ones should we maybe stop investing anything in. And it's really a powerful feature to be able to determine, you know, where you should be spending your money and time and effort. So we're logged into the DialHawk dashboard right now. As with all of these calls, we're just going to create a new campaign, start fresh, and I'm going to name this Sioux Falls Lawn and Snow Swapping. Just going to leave all the other settings the default. Here's our number swapping, and we'll come back to this. But if any of you have attended any of the other sessions, you'll know the first thing we need to do is set up some phone numbers. So I'm going to buy a new phone number. And 7850. So we bought this phone number. We need to configure it to what we want to do when somebody calls this phone number. I'm going to leave these settings to their default, except for friendly name. I'm going to call Facebook number swapping, and I'm going to just give it a single number forwarding. For the call features, maybe I would enable call recording and maybe a whisper, but for today, I'm just going to leave those off and going to hit save. So now this phone number set up. I'm actually going to buy another one. Maybe live demos are also always awesome. We'll come back to that. So here's our number swapping. I will bring up the website that we're going to do the number swapping on. This is just a kind of a demo website I've set up. You see how we have the phone numbers here, and we kind of list them all over. What we want to do is if somebody comes to our website from Facebook, we want to swap this phone number with the one we just bought. So that's what we're going to get set up in DialHawk right now. And this same setup will be true whether you're doing whatever source you want to track. And it'll really help you identify, what the source of your phone calls are. So the first setting here is what numbers do you want to replace? And there's a couple caveats about this. The number that you put in there has to be exactly, it has to match exactly. So, but you can have multiple formats. So if somewhere on the site I have it written out like this, um, I can put whatever format we have on the website. I can do multiple versions of it and it'll grab all of them. But we got to have an exact match. Otherwise, the number won't get swapped. For Facebook, I'm going to select the number we just purchased, 7850. And now I'm going to hit save. So our number swapping set up, but we have to get this script put on the website. And to do that, my trusty Google Tag Manager tool is my go-to. I'm just going to add a new tag. I'm going to say dynamic number swapping as the name of the tag. And if you remember from past sessions, we just created a custom HTML tag. We paste in our script. And then for triggering, it's just on all pages because it doesn't matter which page they visit. We want to swap the phone number no matter which page they're on. So I save that. And now I need to submit it through Google Tag Manager so that it becomes live on our site. So now that it's live on our site, I can refresh. There won't be any swapping that goes on because I just came directly here. And so we have our default number, which is great. But if I come now to this Facebook page I made for Sioux Falls Lawn and Snow, you see there's a URL down here. If I click that, what should happen is that number should swap on the website to the 7850 number. So we'll cross our fingers and there you go. Well, so now I think what's happening is I had some cookies saved from testing it earlier. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to make sure that we remove all these cookies just so we're starting fresh. And I'm going to try it one more time. There we go. So there's our 7850 number. And you see it is replaced everywhere that we had the phone number. Oh, here's one that didn't replace. I am going to inspect that element because I have a feeling this is one of the things that we need to keep an eye on. And let's try this. So this whole thing says call us. And let's just try taking that text and putting it in here and see if that's now swaps. So that was in the ready to transform your business. And I'm going to refresh and hopefully it catches that one. Yep. So now it caught it. As you can see, we really need that exact match for what's in that HTML element. And now that we have that exact match, now the number is swapping. So what happens now if this number gets called? Well, meant to do a new tab on that. So let's take this phone number here and let's go and make a phone call. This is just a little app I wrote for testing purposes. But the number swapping should call my phone. And I am getting a phone call. If you can see, I'll answer it and hang up. And one of the powerful things I want to show you guys is on our reports, we have this phone call immediately available. We have the recording. But what we can do if we have 1,000 calls in here and we want to identify, okay, Sioux Falls Lawn and Landscape, what phone calls came through a Facebook referral to our website. So my campaign is this Sioux Falls Lawn and Snow swapping, the one we just created. And now I can do the Facebook number swapping. And now I've filtered down to all calls that did the Facebook number swapping. And let's see if we can go back and get Google organic search working. So I'm going to go back into my campaign and hope that buying a phone number works again, and it does. We're going to buy a second phone number. So this is 4295. And I'm going to configure this one. Friendly name, I'm going to do Google organic search. And forwarding, I'm just going to do my number again. I'm going to hit save. And we got both our numbers. I'm going to come back to number swapping, and you can see we can determine even between Google paid advertising and Google organic search. So I'm just going to do the organic search, our number we just bought, and I'm going to save the number swapping. So everything's here, everything's ready to go. I don't need to go back to Tag Manager because the script didn't change. It's already on my website. I've queued up a Google search for Sioux Falls Lawn and Snow, and we're looking for the 4295 number. So if I click on this result, we should see it. Oh, it swapped to the Facebook number. And I've done too much testing, I think, on this site, but I'll just do this again and hit the back button. And let's do this. There you go. Now from Google search, we clicked and we get the Google organic search phone number swapped in for all of our places. And let's go check that problem one. Looks great. We got it. So this is a really powerful feature. Let me go back to reporting and let's just, oh, I didn't give that a call. Let's give this number a call and let's just make sure our reporting's working. Give that a call. Should see it. It's coming through on my cell phone. I'm gonna answer it quick and hang up. Okay, so now on our reports, we should be able to go to the swapping feature. We see both calls there. And now I can filter between the organic search and the Facebook referrals. This is great, and I can even share this report. Here's the URL. Anybody you would send this to would see this, and it's a great way to share with your clients how people are getting to your website and making phone calls. So that is the end of the tutorial. I'd love to open this up to question and answers now. Let me just switch over to that and see if you guys have any questions already. If not, feel free to send them in and we will start answering. maybe in chat, if you guys just tell us if you're using this feature, if you knew it existed, if you didn't even know it existed. Would love to hear what you guys think of it. Brian's wondering if there is a way to set up a custom referring source by domain, for example. Not exactly, Brian, but there is one feature. Let me go back into it. We have this tracking URL destination where we have this tracking URL, and you can set up like a pretty link or something that will redirect to this. And what we do is we take this URL, and let's just say I go to I want to track a certain page on our website, and let's just take the services page actually. So if I come back to my campaign, I put the services page in here. Anybody who comes to this URL, this tracking URL, I'm going to save this so that it actually works. I'll show you what happens when we go to this website, and let's actually make that swap a phone number. We'll give that a try. I'm going to buy a third one. And so this one's 4604. I'm going to quick set this up. Just going to call this tracking URL swap. Same forwarding. And I'm going to hit save. So come back to number swapping, this tracking URL. We're going to select our new number and hit save. And now when we come to this URL, we should, and I'm just going to do it in incognito. Well, let's just try it here. So you see how it forwarded, and I have a cookies problem still. So I'm just going to go delete my cookies again and give this URL a try again. Okay, so that works, 4604. That's the number we just set up. See in the URL, it says refer DialHawk, and it gets the number correct. And I could call this number, and in our reporting, we would see that as the tracking URL phone call. Okay, so let's see how to use this. So this, Linda has a question. In the event the website is used for multiple client pages, is this available on a per page basis or just for the entire website? So Linda, when I set this up in Tag Manager, I am telling it to put that script on every single page. If you wanted to be just a single page, our JavaScript snippet here, you would just put it on that single page. We don't have the ability to do multiple of these snippets, so you couldn't have a page for one customer, a second page for a second customer. But if you only wanted to swap on, like, let's say a landing page you just set up for some campaign, you would just put this snippet on that landing page, and that's the only page that the phone numbers would swap on. But if you put the script on every page of your website, then every page will swap the phone numbers. Yeah, Brian, you can set up a redirect, mycustomer.com/offer. You would redirect that to this URL, and then you'd be able to use the tracking URL. The Google Business Profile question. Leo's got a good answer for that. Linda, does it work on the form submission calls the same way? Well, our form submission calls, it's a different script, and that's kind of a different purpose. So when we enable our form submission call feature, that will connect the customer with the forwarding number whenever a form on your website has been submitted that includes a phone number. We don't, on the form submission, we aren't tracking where the source of that traffic came from as of today, but that's a great feature request. What other questions do we have? Is there a way to provide a white label report? Yes, Paul, there is. I'm going to come back to the report. I'm just going to hit the share button, click this link. We can substitute this logo. And in 2 weeks, I'm doing another session on reporting and invoicing. So that'll be a part of that session. Paul, I hope you come back and join that one, and then we can cover that more in detail. Let's see. Any other questions coming through? I think, you know, the really powerful thing is being able to prove to yourself or to your clients what's really working, what's actually generating the phone calls, what is worth more investment on your behalf, and what is not worth putting more time and energy into. Maybe your latest Facebook ad campaign is driving a ton of calls. Well, maybe you should double down on that. And but maybe your LinkedIn ad campaign is not performing how you want. Maybe it's not generating any phone calls. Using this feature allows you to figure out where you should be investing your time, money, and energy into, or what you need to change or modify. Without something like this, you're just kind of guessing where those phone calls came from. And we all know that can be an issue and can lead you to, you know, not only wasting money on campaigns that aren't working, but time and energy trying to track that stuff. Okay. I don't see many more questions coming through. Does anybody have anything else? Otherwise, Linda's asking monthly fee for providing this service. You can go to our website and sign up. Leo will help you if you have any questions. Right now on our website, we have a quarterly price for, I think it is here. We'll just pull it up. $147 a quarter. We also have the potential to offer a monthly price or an annual price too. The annual price is obviously the best value, but monthly price gives the most flexibility. So Leo can follow up with anyone who may want to sign up. We'd love to have you as a customer if you aren't already. You guys all should have my email address. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. We also on We also have our callback request widget, and our chat is really, really useful. We have a whole help section inside the chat, and somebody requested a call back already, I see. Lots of information here on the chat. And oh yeah, I was gonna also show you guys. We have a whole bunch of training videos right inside our portal. Just let me log in here quick. So on this left side, we have training, and we have training videos on all of these features. So if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will be more than willing to help however we can. Okay. Well, with that, we'll end today's session. We will be emailing out the replay. We also upload them to our YouTube channel, so subscribe to that if you aren't, and our content will automatically show up in your YouTube feeds. But we really appreciate you guys showing up today. Hopefully this was useful. And we got one more of these training sessions left in 2 weeks. And that falls on Friday, August 22. So hope to see you all there. We'll for sure be sending out email information on how to join the next session. Hope you all have a good day. Thanks for coming.